Yo, welcome back to another reaction. We are on to Gen Z obsessed with. Oh wait, actually, Gen Z is obsessed with violence. Tommy and FG, lovely guy, 750 subscribers. I forgot to add the thousand after it. Let's get into this.
Imagine this scenario. You wake up for work at 7:15 a.m. to get ready, have to deal with an hour worth of traffic because road infrastructure in America is designed by people, I presume, who have never drove a car. You manage to make it just in time for your shift at 9. You work at the movie theater. All you have to do is make sure people have the right movie ticket and
Pre-chicken
sweep the
jockey.
floor. You walk into one of the theaters as two final words are uttered from a movie.
Chicken jockey.
And proceed to get hit by 10 popcorn bugs with the force of a Boeing 737. The Minecraft chicken jockey incidents are just one of many trends that Gen Z.
Hold on. Before you even said anything about it, I gotta say the chicken jockey thing is like, it's funny until you do too much. Throwing an entire 3 buckets of popcorn at random people and or people you know, and having other people clean it up. First of all, it's food waste. All right, I may be fat for saying this, but give it to me, bro. I'll eat it all. All right, give it. I swear to you. All right, and also, I personally think it's just retarded. It's not even that funny. Not that I ain't trying to like burst nobody's bubble, but it ain't even that funny, bro. Saying chicky jockey out loud is all right. Yeah, you doing something. Get on somebody's shoulders, running around. Like, it's all right. But when you throw a fucking pink slushy at me, it scraps on sight. You're not getting away with your life, okay? I'm not saying I'm gonna kill you. If you're 6'4", you might be able to just walk away, and I won't do anything about it. I'll just be like, all right. But what the fuck are you doing throwing all that shit, bro? 6'4" doing this, bro. Grown ass nigga, dude. Get a fucking job, like me. I'm recently employed, by the way.
Has done, which has related to things such as vandalism, general violence, and harassment. And I'm here to answer the question of why is Gen Z so violent? But before I start, that whole question can be answered pretty quickly. Some of you might be confused by the title because according to statistics, Gen Z overall is actually the generation with the lowest rate of violent crime ever recorded of any youth of a generation. And we're actually over 60% lower than baby boomers were at our ages. So take that, you old f. And now that I know about this, it's funny when I'm walking by grandma, she starts to clutch her purse. Like, I should be the one clutching my purse. Your generation was 60% more violent than us. So even though traditional violent crimes are way lower with us, we have way more of a psychological violence and mental violence. Just like I mentioned at the start of this video, one of our things is dangerous challenges. Growing up seeing these crazy challenges every year on YouTube did not help us develop well. Like, I remember the first time I saw someone doing the salt and ice challenge and thought how wild it was. If only they could see what we have now. People were intentionally burning their skin off for views and likes. And when you're a kid, you soak up things like a sponge. Because I don't know why, but my friends in the neighborhood gathered around to do it and see who could last the longest. They tried to offer me to join in. Like, I like my sexy caramel skin being intact. I'm good off that. So us growing up with this mentality, of course nowadays we're gonna come up with dumb challenges and try to do it for views, which the Gen Alphas shall grow up and carry the tradition.
That is actually so
dumb. But on
TikTok, actually throw soap dispensers, bro.
I don't know if it's just because TikTok can generate easy ass views for almost any.
Matter of fact, I just gotta say one thing. You know how disgusting niggas in school are? I guarantee they stole that fucking soap dispenser and they didn't even notice for a couple weeks. I guarantee it. Cause how dirty these niggas are. Not a single student noticed it. Bro, I be straight after lunch. I be going I don't want to enter 5th period because I failed math. And I ain't trying to be seen walking in there in the middle of class. Everybody side glances at me while I'm in the back of the class. But I be going into the bathroom. I guarantee 60% of the niggas who go in there be either making I'm about to go on a rant, but I just gotta say this real quick. 50% of the niggas in there don't wash their hands. And 100% of the people who don't be making the dumbest excuses of why they don't, bro. Niggas be like, oh, well, I don't touch my dick when I take a piss, all right? Why should I wash my hands? I just let that shit stream. You're weird as shit. Why niggas, grown-ass man making excuses of why not to wash their hands? You dirty ass nigga. Get out of my sight. let it be known. I'm never saying this to nobody's face, but just gotta let it be known.
Usually the challenges back then were absolutely brain dead, but at least it was just harming yourself. The next stage we've reached is harming others. The time I visibly remembered things starting to change was with the devious lick challenge. I had just graduated that year, so luckily I wasn't in high school anymore to witness that bullshit. But we casually made robbery a trend and funny. I feel like in other generations, they would have just been too scared to have the audacity to do something like this off being arrested. And being scared to be put on the local news and scared to have the audacity to do something like this off being arrested.
Nigga, Gen Z is going back in time to do the devious lick challenge? We're doing this now?
And being scared to be put on the local news and having all their friends and family laugh at them and make fun of them for it. Also, some of y'all may not know, but the devious lick trend, yeah, they brought this whole trend back. Instead of now destroying school bathrooms and vandalizing them, they're taking school Chromebooks and annihilating them.
Oh, yeah.
Turn on.
Yeah, this is retarded.
I don't know if some of these high schoolers don't have a plan to go to college or get any future employment, but they're literally posting these videos on their personal account and to go to
She's bad as shit. I'm not gonna comment on which
college or get any future employment, but they're literally posting these videos on their personal accounts. You would think they would make burners so their school doesn't catch who's doing it, but you can search them on TikTok, Chromebook durability test yourself, and see how many of these high schoolers are doing it on their personal accounts. Then of course we got challenges like the Skull Breaker challenge and the Penny Outlet challenge.
That's
a lot
so
of this is just for views, but there is another aspect to it in my opinion. I think what Gen Z really likes compared to other generations is the watching of people doing violent things. And this all stems from one place where everything on the internet links to. For demonetization reasons, I can't fully say it, and I don't know if I can.
Missing. I can pause it again. Never will you not catch me on the bus going on Twitter, searching up street fights. All right. Gotta say it's one of the most entertaining as long as you're getting consistent different fights. It also no racist street fights. Those are the best. Seeing a black dude beat the shit out of a skinny white guy for calling him the hard R? Shit's fire, dude. Except, I think I saw one where the black guy actually got beat. Yeah, something like that. Nah, but be fire,
It
bro.
rhymes with
Great way to
lore
spend
and
your
scroll
time.
on IG Reels about 5 times and you'll
10 out of
probably
10,
see
would
it.
recommend.
The impact content has had on Gen Z is bigger than people think. There's probably a 90% chance anybody watching this in Gen Z has seen a video intentionally or unintentionally. Before YouTube cracked down on it, you could casually see it on video. And there was always that one kid in school who would go around and try to show people weird videos like that. Those type of dudes were definitely school threats. Seeing these type of videos in general is bad for you, but for somebody with a growing mind seeing it, it's even worse. Which is why I think it's an aspect in us being obsessed with dangerous trends.
He pulled the fire alarm, and he had somebody try and stab him. Somehow the female who tried stabbing him is still in the school.
We're so desensitized to us, it don't even matter anymore. I don't think humans were meant to see this much violence in our lifetime. In past generations, you couldn't casually see this stuff. I genuinely think if something like 9/11 happened nowadays, people would probably forget after a week when another catastrophic event happens and start posting brain rot memes of the Twin Towers. Shows back then used to get in deep trouble when they made a joke about 9/11. It took multiple years for shows and movies to start making jokes because they knew the public would tear them up. But nowadays, you'll have a bunch of people in the comments typing, "Oh man, TS funny as hell. Keep it up, gang." I know not everyone in our generation is like that. A lot of us know when the right time is to make a joke and when it isn't. Looking at IG Reel comments though shows you the other side of people who don't know and don't care. IG Reels to me is like the kick of short form content. People will say comments that isn't even formed as a joke and people die laughing at it. Going back to the challenges, maybe this isn't the end all be all for the challenges. Recently, the Ice Bucket Challenge started making its comeback, and that's what I want to see more of. Like, let's bring back the wholesome challenges on the internet. Our generation's obsession with serial killers too is also a weird thing. The fact that serial killers be having lines of women ready for them is such a weird concept to me. I just want once,
ladies
just
have me,
once for them to be released and manage to marry one of these fans and have all the fangirls with the Pikachu shock face when he ends up stabbing her while she's sleeping. I don't don't know what they think is gonna happen, but it's not gonna be a honeymoon. One notable incident from our generation.
I was literally just about to say Jeffrey Dahmer. The nigga is gay. He might have more enjoyment in killing you because you're thirst trapping over a gay nigga. Am I right or am I right?
Of this serial killer obsession we can't forget is Jeffrey Dahmer. Specifically when the show reenacting his life released on Netflix. You see, Jeffrey Dahmer already had fangirls back in the 90s when he first got locked up, sending him all their money and gifts and their nudes. Sending a gay man your nudes as a woman has got to be the biggest intentional airball of all time. I would say a majority of Gen Z did know about Jeffrey Dahmer, but a lot of people didn't. So when Netflix released this show and it went #1, he got introduced to a whole new generation on the mainstream. And as they always say, history repeats itself. TikTok was flooded with simp edits for him. They took no time immediately making edits of him on TikTok.
Good enough. Psycho killer. If he till I die, all these lollies call me rubbing on her die.
TikTok had to go on a spree deleting a bunch of these edits after they were going viral. And you could see a bunch of women in the comments talking about he's so dreamy and kind-hearted. I say we f around and let them find out. Oh wait, we can't because he's dead. Even killers in our generation are getting simped over. In 2021, a guy named Cameron Herron got sentenced to 24 years in prison. The reason was because he was speeding and hit a mom with her daughter, killing them on the spot. One of the most heartless things you can do. And just like Jeffrey Dahmer, they were making edits of Cameron.
Like, hold on. I don't mind you making edits, just don't add Indian music.
They went as
to
far to even make a petition for him to be released. That got 22,000. As far to even make a petition for him to be released. That got 22,000.
Actually, specifically, the girl on the left, the little redhead, specifically her left side of the face. I don't like the right.
Make a petition for him to be released.
That's way better.
That got 22,000 signatures on it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't ever want to hear women say men are more down bad when like this exists. Would men do the same if a similar thing happened with a woman that looked good? Absolutely, 100%. It'd probably be actually double the amount of signatures. But that shows we really equal for real. Gen Z just likes to obsess over any danger in any aspect, like music too. Bro, I'll never forget when every rapper started rocking a shiesty in 2020. Everyone and their mother were running to the store to buy them. The shiesty hit the social media streets like crack. If you grew up around typical YNs, you already saw them rocking it before it became popular. So to me, it was funny growing up and seeing it go from purely hood wearing them to Billy from Utah with a loving family. Some people really don't know how big the reach is. As y'all know, I was in Japan for about 2 weeks this past month. Go follow and like the IG post, by the way, because I'm looking sexy. And I can't make this up. I seen a fully Japanese guy wearing a shiesty and sagging in Tokyo. The only gang you've been fighting is the Hidden Leaf Village, man. Take that off. Out of rap, our generation takes the most dangerous aspects and tries to emulate it. It can't be that lyrical because people call that corny. Exactly. You pull up to the function rapping like Eminem and people are just gonna die laughing at you. Gangster rap from the past versus now doesn't even come close. Back then, the most you had was 50 Cent and you knew his lore and how he grew up in the streets. People thought they were leading the hood when listening to Many Men. But nowadays, you got whole documentaries on rappers who are admitted serial killers. King Von becoming so big has got to be an indicator that our generation is really obsessed with violence. Everybody who listened to him knew damn well this man was dropping people left and right on the streets. And that's what added to the appeal for—
And you know what's insane? I have no idea.
Our generation. Okay. It has always been a thing in rap where people ask, is the rapper really living what they rap? Which I think people are starting to care less about and more care about if the song is just good. I think us losing some of the biggest rappers to this violence kind of made it and put us off. I remember when Lil Tecca was breaking down his song lyrics and making sure people know he's not actually on any of that type of shit. Honestly, it felt refreshing and was hilarious to watch.
Honestly, I got 2 twin Glocks turn you to a dancer.
I love this about Lil Tecca. If you gonna rap about guns and shit, at least be real about it and say you're a pussy. Actually, no, you're not a pussy for not messing with guns and shooting other niggas for stepping up on you, some would say. Some would say pressing you, testing your patience, having a nice chain. You know, the typical type thing to do. But honestly, just own up to it if you're not about that, you know? Don't fake it till you make it.
I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't got no straps.
But people still want to feel the real thing, and I think that's what King Von did. The whole YN culture taking over in general shows me our generation also just wants to obsess over violence just because. I know hella people make fun of Cardi listeners and the average Ken Carson fan, Destroy Lonely, whatnot. But I'd rather Billy from Utah obsess over Cardi and try to act mysterious than Billy from Utah obsess over King Von and him be a young Cardi and try to act mysterious than Billy.
Nigga, these braces actually make me not want to get them. I got a Gap and I don't want it anymore, so I'm probably gonna get Invisalign. But these
from Utah obsessed over King Von and him be a young boy. Like, bro, the top enemy to black people in America is the YN because it makes the whole community look bad. And the fact that it's the most glorified on social media is a blow to the face. Because you'll have the old white people looking at their grandkids and them reenacting Murder on My Mind and blaming everyone that's black for it, even though most black people don't even like them either. I just imagine them waking up one morning and seeing their bundle of joy in their front yard recording a music video like this.
Slamming the N-words. Yep, I know, Dan. Yeah, he's slanging the N-word like it's nothing, bro. He even got a Klan hoodie on.
So anyways, that's everything overall. Let me know how violent y'all are in the comments.
Follow us socials, do whatever the flip you guys need. Okay. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, that was fire. Fire video. Tommy NFG, Gen Z's obsession with violence. Also Kaisen that if you somehow was watching this. Accept me, bro. Stream University, bro. Get me in there, dude. Gotta say. I'm gonna be honest, I gotta get ready for bed. I gotta sleep. I got a long day of work. Am I right, guys? I actually wanna when I buy a computer. Wait, no. So I'm going to I need to tell y'all this plan. I'm going to buy a camera and a whole bunch of like I would say streaming IRL streaming equipment, and I'm gonna try and stream the DreamCon if I go. Gotta tell my grandma I can't go see my sister though. That's a bad thing. Damn. I don't know though. I'll update you guys. I want to start streaming more again, but I just don't have my own PC and niggas get stubborn. So, see y'all, bro. I might be live tomorrow, might not. I'm gonna see my schedule for work. But yeah. See y'all.